Tory Lanez changed the game when he released his album Peterson, which was recorded straight from his prison cell. You'll not believe me if I tell you that Tory sold 24k units, nearly 30k in the first week, despite recording all his songs on jail phone calls, dodging riots, and one riot broke out while he was in the middle of his verse. Tory fought guards, escaped pepper sprays, got his equipment snatched, but still released his album. However, this album is not just music, it's a full-on expose with receipts. Tory told his side of the story, attacked Jay-Z, and revealed the real truth why Jay-Z hates him. Buckle up, I'm about to explain everything in only 4 minutes. We all know that Tory has been locked up since 2023 for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, but even jail couldn't stop Tory from telling his story. He dropped Peterson, a 20-track bomb all recorded behind bars. This is the first album which was recorded in jail over a phone. Tory gave a huge shout out to his engineers and producers for making the impossible. Can you imagine the chaos, riots interrupting his sessions, and yet he still delivered? The man's resistance is next level. On one chart, Tory tells the story of how one evening prison guards raided his cell to snatch his equipment and he had to fight them to not lose any of the recordings. Dang, that's crazy. Now, we have all these artists who are in jail claiming that they also want to release their written songs, but are they going to call out their enemies like Tory did? I mean, Tory didn't waste no time as he called out Jay-Z, Roc Nation, and his lawyer who snaked him out. Of course, Jay-Z and Roc Nation are Megan Thee Stallion's management squad, and on tracks like My Shayla and Spice Rayla, he accuses them of pulling strings to keep him caged. Tory also revealed that the reason why Jay-Z hates him so much is because he was teaching artists how to be independent and succeeding on their own without needing a label. Of course, Jay-Z business is all about labels and making artists his slave, so he took it personal. But Jay-Z has a big problem. See, Tory exposed that Jay-Z is trying to pin him on a civil case against blogger Milagro Graham that's dragging him back into the spotlight. He raps about Roc Nation coming from Milagro too and smirking at how they are still trying to pin him down. Now, I have to remind you that Milagro Graham is a blogger who reported everything in the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory case, and she was sued by Megan Thee Stallion for defamation. But the truth Tory revealed is that Milagro was exposing too much truth about the case and Roc Nation did not want it. So they put a case on her which drained her financially in order to put Tory behind the bars. Jay-Z did not stop there. What if I told you that he also paid the ex-lawyer of Tory? On his track Verdict Day and Lawyer's Fees, Tory straight up tortures his lawyer for playing both sides. He called her a snake for being cozy with Roc Nation while pocketing his cash allegedly between 200k to 300k. The whole story is that Tory's lawyer dished him 5 days before his guilt verdict in December 2022, leaving him high and dry after he refused to cop a plea deal. Of course, she wanted him to plead that he is guilty so that it would make the job easy for Roc Nation, but instead they used his lawyer to do it. Megan's not safe from the heat either, cause she caught a straight bullet from Tory. Tory is still denying he shot her, doubling down on his innocence with lines that paint her as obsessed and a liar. On Peterson, he's throwing shade, saying her story crumbling and even taking jabs at her personal life. Of course, Megan Thee Stallion will sue him again for sure, as she has already asked for restriction order even though he was already in jail. Even though everyone turned back on Tory, there are some of the people who never let him down. Among all of them, Iggy Azalea is a standout as she wrote a letter to the judge during his trial, begging for mercy and gets a shout out on the track Nine Side and Amethyst where Tory is pining for her. Of course, his dad has been supportive too, especially with that video of him popping off in court about wicked injustice when the verdict dropped. Then there is the Prison Post, his cell block crew, which helped him make the music and even got featured on the album, turning Peterson into a collective middle finger to the system. Suge Knight and Mac B dropped fun cameos too, adding some OG credit to the mix. Another one is Chris Brown, who was praised by Tory. Tory revealed that he had been unable to access his funds during his legal battles, with his lawyers demanding $250 for his appeal. He reached out to his fellow rap artists, but only Chris Brown stepped in to provide the funds. In all honesty, Peterson isn't just an album, it's a grenade lobbed at everyone who crossed Tory. Whether you are Jay-Z, Roc Nation, Sean Holy, Megan, they are all in crosshairs. And of course, Tory praises the one who keep holding him down, including Iggy, his dad Chris Brown, and the J Squad helping him out. Yes, of course, Tory is only rapping about his prison life, but all the way he managed to record through jail phone calls, dodging riots with pepper spray flying, and fighting guards who raided his cells to snatch his equipment. I think the guy deserves a lot of credit. Tory claimed that he might get released in 2025 on his song Free Tory, and hopefully fans would love to see him back outside.